Tory MP Peter Bones comments calm amid demands by EU officials for full rights for EU citizens who arrive in the UK during the so-called implementation period. He insisted Britain must stick to its red lines, including ruling out free movement after Brexit and no longer paying out billions to the Brussels bloc. On Wednesday, Theresa May hosted a crunch meeting of her so-called Brexit war cabinet to hammer out terms on which Britain wishes to demand as the country quits the EU. There is still a notable split between Brexiteers Boris Johnson and Michael Gove, who demand a clean break, and Philip Hammond and Amber Rudd, who have pushed for closer integration with Brussels. Speaking on BBC Daily Politics, Mr. Bones said, "I think the thing about the referendum, there are a few things that we know work in. One of the top ones was ending free movement, making our own laws in our own country, judged by our own judges, and not giving billions and billions of pounds each year to the EU. So, if any of those are broken, we've lost faith for the British people," BBC host Joe Coburn said. During the transition period, a government source is quoted as saying, "Expect the UK to back down on different rights for EU citizens who arrive after March 2019 in the face of resistance from Brussels." Getty BBC Brexit News. Peter Bones said he would not accept a climb down on Brexit. "The British people voted to end free movement and we can't, therefore, have free movement." Peter Bones: "So, would you expect and would you accept a climb down from the government for EU citizens during the transition period?" Mr. Bones insisted he would, of course, not accept a climb down on the Brexit red lines. He added, "The British people voted to end free movement and we can't, therefore, have free movement." Theresa May and senior ministers have gone to the Prime Minister's country home for crucial cabinet talks that seek to thrash out Britain's stance on Brexit. A senior Whitehall source said on Tuesday that the transition period will be over by the end of December 2020, when the current 7-year EU budget expires. It comes after a day it was reported that Theresa May wanted to ask the EU for flexibility on the length of the Brexit transition period, which suggested it could be open-ended. Brexiteers claimed the government's strategy was becoming shambolic, as they threatened to overshadow Theresa May's meeting with the Brexit war cabinet at Chequers. In response, a former Conservative Party leader, Ian Duncan Smith, said, "We seem to have a government run by officials. A cabinet minister has told me definitively this is not government policy, yet it appears in a government document. It is shambolic, and it does not inspire confidence."